In this simple English lesson, we will talk about for other popular books. In the first dialogue, Lily and Tom discuss about Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. Lily, have you ever read Harry Potter? Tom, yes, I love it. The world of wizards and magic is so exciting. Lily, I agree. I love how it starts with Harry discovering he's a wizard. He was so ordinary, living under the stairs, and then he finds out he's famous in the wizarding world. Tom, exactly. And Hogwarts is such an amazing place. I wish I could go there. The Sorting Hat, the magical creatures, and the classes, everything is so creative. Lily, true. My favorite part is how Harry, Hermione, and Ron stick together no matter what. Their friendship is the heart of the story. Tom, I also love how the books grow darker as Harry grows up. The fight against Voldemort is so epic, especially in the final book. Lily, yes, and there are so many important lessons about bravery, love, and standing up for what's right. In the following dialogue, Emma and Mark discuss about The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Emma, have you read The Alchemist? Mark, yes, it's so inspiring. The story of Santiago and his journey to find his a personal legend really touched me. Emma, same here. I love how he starts as a simple shepherd but decides to follow his dream after meeting the king. Mark, and the idea that the universe helps you when you follow your dreams, it's such a powerful message. Emma, I also love the part where he learns to listen to the language of the world. It's so poetic. Mark, and remember when he finds out that his treasure was back where he started? It shows that sometimes the journey is more important than the destination. Emma, that's so true. It's a book that makes you think deeply about life and your purpose. In the third dialogue, MIA and Adam discuss about another bestseller book, The 1984 by George Orwell. MIA, I just finished reading 1984. It's so intense. Adam, I know, right? The idea of Big Brother is terrifying. Imagine living in a world where the government watches everything you do, even in your own home. MAA, the telescreens. They're always on, always watching. It's like there's no privacy at all. And it's not just about what you do, they monitor your thoughts too, through the thought police. Adam, exactly. The thought police are one of the scariest parts of the book. You can't even think freely because if they catch you having unapproved thoughts, you're as good as dead. MIA, that's why Winston's struggle is so heartbreaking. He knows the world is wrong, but he can't do anything about it. And yet, he still tries to resist in his own way. His relationship with Julia is his act of rebellion, but even that gets destroyed. Adam. The scene where they're caught by the Thorpe police in their secret hideout, it's chilling. It makes you realize how much control the party has. There's no escape. MIA, and then there's Room 101. What they do to Winston there is horrifying. They don't just punish him physically, they break his mind. By the end, he betrays Julia, and he even loves Big Brother. Adam, that's what makes the book so powerful. It's not just about physical control, it's about psychological control. The party doesn't just want obedience, they want to own your thoughts, your emotions, your entire being. MIA, it's so tragic because Winston loses everything, even his sense of self. He becomes exactly what the party wants him to be. Adam, and that's Orwell's warning. It's a reminder of what can happen when governments have unchecked power and people lose their freedom. The book is a cautionary tale, but it's also a reminder to protect our rights and our individuality. MIA, it's a tough read, but it's so important. It really makes you think about freedom, control, and the price of resisting oppression. Now, Let's listen the dialogue between Sophia and Eller about Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Sophia, do you like classic books? Eller, yes. Pride and Prejudice is my favourite. The story of Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy is so romantic and timeless. Sophia, I love how their relationship evolves. At first, Darcy is so proud and dismissive, and Elizabeth is so prejudiced against him. But as the story goes on, they both change so much. Eller, that's one of the best parts of the book. Darcy learns to be humble, and Elizabeth learns to let go of her initial judgments. The way they grow as individuals makes their love story so real and meaningful. Sophia, and the proposal scenes. The first one is so awkward. Darcy insults Elizabeth while confessing his love, and she completely rejects him. But the second proposal is so beautiful because it shows how much they've both grown. Eller, yes, it's like they finally see each other for who they really are. And I love how Jane Austen adds humour to the story, especially with characters like Mrs. Bennet and Mr. Collins. They are so ridiculous, but also so relatable. Sophia, true. Mrs. Bennet is always trying to marry off her daughters, and Mr. Collins is so pompous and annoying. But Austen also addresses serious issues, like how women had so few choices back then. Eller, exactly. Elizabeth is such a strong character because she refuses to settle for a loveless marriage, even though it would have been the easier choice. She stands up for herself in a society that expects women to be submissive. Sophia, and Darcy, for all his flaws, is so admirable by the end. He helps Elizabeth's family when Lydia runs away, even though it could have ruined his reputation. It shows how much he loves Elizabeth. Eller, that's what makes the book so timeless. It's about love, but it's also about society, human nature, and the courage to be true to yourself. In the last dialogue, Daniel and Olivia discuss about the book, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Daniel, have you read The Great Gatsby? Olivia, yes. It's such a tragic but beautiful story. Jay Gatsby is one of the most fascinating characters I've ever read about. Daniel, I agree. He builds his entire life around his love for Daisy, but in the end, it's all for nothing. It's heartbreaking how much he sacrifices for her, only to realize that she's not worth it. Olivia, and the way Fitzgerald describes the 1920s is incredible. The parties at Gatsby's mansion are so glamorous, but there's this underlying sense of emptiness. It's like everyone is chasing something that doesn't really exist. Daniel, right. The American dream is a big theme in the book, and Gatsby represents both its promise and its failure. He comes from nothing and becomes incredibly wealthy, but is never truly happy because he's chasing an illusion. Olivia, that's what makes the story so powerful. Gatsby's dream is so big, but it's impossible. He wants to recreate the past with Daisy, but you can't go back. The line "you can't repeat the past" it really stuck with me. Daniel, and the ending is so sad. Gatsby dies believing in his dream, but Daisy doesn't even care. She and Tom just go back to their privileged lives, leaving destruction in their wake. Olivia, it's such a sharp critique of wealth and privilege. Daisy and Tom are careless and selfish, and they never face any consequences for their actions. Daniel, and Nick, the narrator, is caught in the middle. He starts out admiring Gatsby, but by the end, he's disillusioned with everyone. His line, "They're a rotten crowd," perfectly sums up how corrupt and shallow the people around him are. Olivia, but despite all of that, there's something so beautiful about Gatsby's hope and determination. Even though his dream is unattainable, he never stops believing in it. Daniel, that's what makes the book so timeless. It's about ambition, love, and the emptiness of chasing something that might not even be real. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our wonderful family, the Academists.